This video is about our new song, Contrasts. This is actually the second to the last song of the semester, so yeah, it's going by very quickly. But in this song too, you're going to learn a few very important things, so yeah, thank you for watching the video. So, first, here's the music, okay? Now, yeah, let's go step by step, okay? So first of all, make sure you're sitting in front of your middle C, okay? When you learn a new song, I've been talking about paying attention to the clefs, because remember, it's not good enough to see where the note heads are located. You have to figure out first what clef you belong to. Okay, so treble clef and bass clef. And we talked about meter, so this is 4/4. So the whole thing should go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and like that. And a few weeks back, we introduced another aspect you have to read before you start the song, which was key signature, which would be located between the clefs and the meter. Key signature says, yeah, you have to read a sharp. Okay, so the sharp, you look at the middle part, so the square part of the pound sign, and you see that the top line, the F line, is going through it. Yeah? So that means you have to sharp all F's. Okay, this is very important. Yeah. So this, in other words, remember alma mater? The idea is exactly the same. With alma mater too, you have to sharp all F's too, right? Here too. And then, having watched the chord progression video, I hope, what can you say about the song in relation to the key signature? What key is this song in? This song is in G major. Okay? Now, so that's the first thing I want you to watch out for with this song. So you have to sharp all F's. There won't be that many, but when you do have F's, yeah, don't forget. So that's the first item. The second item I want to discuss here is the contrasts in articulation. So the title is Contrasts. Yeah, they are telling you that is the point of the song. So what is it? With alma mater, we talked about the slur. Slur sign can have multiple notes underneath, so the sign could connect just two notes. But those two notes or multiple notes will be different from one another. So that's the major difference between the slur and the tie. Remember, they are visually the same. It's an arc going upward. It could go hang downward, but yeah. The tie could connect 2 or 3 identical notes. Only identical notes. Why? Because you do not replay the second or the third one, right? Keep holding. Slur, however, tells you that you must connect between 2 notes but not overlap either. Okay, so you do play the second one. You do play the second, third, fourth, fifth one. Yeah, in other words, slur is an articulation marking. They want you to play smoothly. Okay, do not overlap, but connect between notes and make them, yeah, flow into one another. Sorry, I'm shaking the music. I'm trying to turn on the keyboard. So that's one articulation. So what does the slur contrast with? It's the staccato. When you see a dot below or above a note as opposed to next to it, you have to play the note very short. Disjunct is a better word. So here's what I mean. Yeah, something like that. Let me see. In my keyboard, it's a little hard. I don't know if you can hear the effects. So this would be legato or slurred. Okay. So I'm sorry, did I say this already? When you connect notes with a slur, the texture is called legato. Yeah, legato. Okay. Staccato does the opposite. So do you see my hand jumping up? You achieve the staccato effect by removing your finger away from the key. If you stay on the key, the sound will reverberate longer. If you remove your hand like I did, it might look exaggerated, but you might have to actually do what I'm doing depending on how sensitive your keyboard is. So that's the staccato effect. It's disjunct as opposed to connected. Yeah. So you do the latter when you see a slur, and then the effect is called legato. So that's number 2, item number 2. So yeah. Item number 3 I want to talk about is what they describe here, new musical terms. So here, you play the song as usual, right? And then here you see DC al fine. What does that mean? So that means DC, da capo, back to the head. Yeah. So when you get here, you have to, so you play the whole thing once, right? And then you have to go back to the head of the song, the beginning of the song. And then you keep going until you see the sign that says fine, and here, this. Yeah. Also, you see the double bar, right? Double bar is the sign that tells you that the song is over there. So you see, this is not a real double bar. The double bar, the second line is thicker. So that's one way. So for one thing, when you get here, you won't feel like the song ended. It just doesn't feel right. Sure enough, it says DC al fine, so you go back to the head of the song, play the first half again, and then you see the sign that says fine, so you end here. Okay, so DC al fine, whenever you see the sign, it tells you to go back to the beginning, so that's the same everywhere. So, but this fine sign, that the end sign, could appear here or appear here. Yeah, so it's not always repeat the first half one more time. So you have to watch out where this appears. It might not be the end of the line, end of the system at all. It could be here. But in our case, it's here. Okay, so those are the 3 things I want you to watch out for. And when I receive your video, I'll be, making sure that you got all these things. So the first item, the key signature, F needs to be sharpened. Second item, the contrast in articulation. Contrasts. Okay, I want to see staccato versus the slur. Again, depending on the keyboard, you might not achieve the effect, but I can still read your hand. Staccato motion should be something like this. Legato, slurred motion should be connected. Or in extreme example, you are not achieving the legato slurred effect by repeating the same finger. Why? Because if you're repeating the same finger on different notes, there is inevitably a gap when you move, right? So that's the kind of thinking I want to see. And then the third item is the DC al fine and then end on the fine. So just to help you with the rhythm, I'm going to count with you the first part. So this part got very busy, so I wrote in how to count on the second system, on the second line, but the rhythm actually exactly the same. So here versus here, so it shouldn't be a problem. So it's 4/4, right? And with a whole bunch of eighth notes. So I'm going to count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. I'm sorry, I counted wrong toward the middle. Can I do it again? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 like that. Okay, thank you.